Okay, so as you all probably know, Dan has been doing a lot of vlogging. Well, he's asleep right now, so I figured I would take this opportunity to steal his camera and just tell a little bit of the adventure from a different perspective. I had the opportunity to go out and spend a night in a village with a family, a host family. So the youth director for the Kate district organized me to spend the night with his brother's family. And he was there too with his family, so it was kind of a family gathering for them too, with me just also being there. So they picked me up about 7 a.m. and about half an hour later, we get into a truck and we're sitting in the back of a truck bed for about 45 minutes. Oh, I thought I heard him move. As we go to their village. It's about 5 or 10 kilometers away, I don't know exactly, but the road isn't very good there, so you have to go kind of slow. So once we get to the road where his village is, you go about another kilometer of walking before you actually get to the true village. So we get to his village and we see Cephas's brother, which he's a pretty cool guy. He's a carpenter, so he builds his own house. He built his own house, and it's a very well built house. So what happened next? Oh yeah. So Cephas's brother has an orange tree in his front yard, and so I had the first opportunity I've ever had to pick my own orange. I started to try to climb the tree because I figured, yeah, I'll just get up there and pick it myself. And they all start yelling in Pidgin, no, stop. Because apparently there are really harsh biting ants that live on these trees. So I climb back down and I notice on my arm there's just 2 or 3 ants just crawling on my arm. It was terrifying. I'm not much of a bug guy, so it was a little freaky. So they have this big hook thing that you hook onto the top of a branch and pull down on the branch until you disconnect the orange. And the whole time I'm pulling on this branch, trying to disconnect it, I'm pulling on the wrong branch, which is making it even more difficult. But the whole time ants are falling. You could feel them just crawling over you. It's even more terrifying than 2 or 3 crawling on your arm. So finally I disconnected an orange and I'm able to catch it with one hand as the post falls with the other hand. So it didn't go well, but I got my first orange. Yeah. I was pretty proud of that. So the rest of the morning was rather laid back. It was just a lot of relaxing, hanging out with his family. But about midday, we took the opportunity to go down the Mâpe River, which is the main river that runs right through that area, right next to where their village is built on. So we went tubing down this river because they just took old tires and pumped them full of air so that way they would be nice little tubes. Very, very good use of what they have. We took the tubes and put them up at the high point of the river right by the bridge. So we're floating down the river, and as we're in the middle of the river, Cephas and I are sitting in an inner tube. They're sitting in a tube, and he looks at me and says, oh, by the way, keep your feet up, so that way the poisonous fish don't bite you. I pulled my feet up faster than I've ever pulled them up before. Oh my gosh. Why did he wait till the middle of the river to tell me this? I have no idea why, but he did. Didn't get stung by a poisonous fish, but I can now say that I swam with poisonous fish. So we're in a river right now. With some pretty cool tubes.
Yes.
Remember, don't walk on the bottom. There are poisonous fish.
Put your feet up. Okay, down. Okay. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Woo!
Whitewater tubing.
So we go a little ways downriver, and then we hop out of the river so that way we can go visit Cephas's family. His parents, his cousins, his other brothers, sisters, that kind of thing. We go to their village, which is close to his home village, but a little different, where he has built, Cephas has built, a cocoa bean fermenting building. I guess that's the best way to describe it, where he's able to ferment cocoa beans and then sell them, which is really profitable for his family. And after I learned the whole process of fermenting beans, fermenting little cocoa beans, which is actually pretty cool, I just had an opportunity to sit and just be among their family. His father taught me how to drum and then how to dance to the drum, and I felt so much like a true New Guinean. Even to the point that they started calling me a Mâpe man, like the Mâpe River, but now I'm a Mâpe man, which means I think I'm part of the tribe. I don't know. We'll find out eventually.
Cắt nó đi. Rồi. Good.
After a while, we went back to Cephas's brother's house, and everybody was kind of thirsty, so they boiled some water over a fire in just a kettle, and they made some tea. But they made New Guinean style tea. So you have your normal sized teacup with 3 to 5 scoops of sugar. Yes, like full tablespoons of sugar. Nothing little. true spoonfuls of sugar. So sugary and so delicious. I loved it. It was so good. I expect to drink that a lot more in Kansas. So much more. Oh, that would be so good. It's a really different feeling to be in a place where you don't speak the same language as someone else, but you're still able to communicate with them and still have fun. It was communicating through simple things like laughter, like drumming, like dancing, just spending time together and being each other's presence. That was really cool. And it was a really unique feeling that you don't really get elsewhere. There are a lot of young kids around because Cephas has 3 young boys aged 5, 6, and 8 who all only speak Pidgin. They don't speak English at all. So it was interesting to hear the way they spoke the words, and then they were trying to teach me Pidgin words. I learned quite a bit, but not as much as I think they would have liked me to learn. I'm not proficient yet. I think one of the reasons why it was such an amazing experience was I took the time to actually just indulge myself into their culture and fully dive in to experience that new experience, to not take the opportunity to, okay, how is this like my life, but how can I learn about their life and how can I explore their life, which was a completely new experience for me because I've never done anything like this. New Guinea is the first time that I've ever left the country, let alone traveled across an ocean to another country completely that is unlike America in every way. It's incredible. It's purely incredible. I don't know how else to describe it. And for all of those people who were worried about the poisonous fish and me spending time in the bush of Papua New Guinea, at no time did I not feel safe. I felt perfectly safe the whole time. Cephas and his family took amazing care of me, and I am eternally thankful for them and for this amazing experience. So, I think Dan's moving. We should go. Bye.